Major brands are pulled from supermarket shelves after the supplier hikes the prices. You can be pretty sure it will start to hit home like never before. This evening, the product emerged centre stage of a row between a supermarket and a supplier over the strength of the pound. Major household brands are running low at Tesco following a row with Unilever. The Anglo-Dutch company is believed to have demanded a 10% rise due to the falling value of the pound and halted deliveries to Tesco when the supermarket refused to pay more. Well, Chris Cook is with me now. Ice cream at Dawn's. It's not just Marmite, Chris, but how big a deal do you think this is?
Well, this is a very big deal because it's about the single most important thing that's happening in Britain at the moment, which is the performance of sterling in the markets. It's gone through this enormous double-digit fall.
Hearing that actually a weaker pound can be very good for exporters, certainly.
That's absolutely true, and we may look back at this moment in 10 years' time.
This becomes hard politics. I think it was HSBC who said last week the pound is now the de facto opposition. If you see this in terms of Theresa May's comments or statements about pretty much a hard Brexit in March, do you expect her to modify that language or to change a date or to row back, or is that now set in stone? The Foreign Secretary stands accused tonight by Russia of Russophobic hysteria. There's a word you never knew existed. Then this afternoon, Jeremy Corbyn's spokesman suggested protesters might just as well target the US embassy, which he said was just as guilty of Syrian atrocities. Plenty there to put to Oksana Boyko of TV channel RT, previously known as Russia Today, who joins us now. Thank you very much indeed. I know it's late where you are. What did you make of Boris Johnson's remarks? Have they hit home in Moscow? Response to Boris Johnson, he thought people might as well protest the US embassy. Is he right? Thank you both very much indeed. Thanks. A pathologist who questioned whether shaken baby syndrome exists will appeal next week against a decision by the General Medical Council to strike her off. After 32 years in her job, Wayne Squire was denied the right to practice after she was found to have strayed beyond her field of expertise, accused of giving deliberately misleading and dishonest evidence. She claims that she's been silenced because she challenges the establishment and the medical orthodoxy around shaken baby syndrome. Here's John Sweeney, and Wayne Squire joins me now. Thanks for coming in. I guess it's the real case, isn't it, of science against the law. The tribunal was pretty damning in what it found. John went through a lot of that, provided opinion outside your field of expertise. You've been reckless and irresponsible.
That's correct, yes.
And you don't think they shouldn't be looking into you in this way, presumably. Any of these findings, do you accept, for example, that your research did not support your opinion? They use then, if they're trying to ascertain what happened, if your research doesn't stand up and you're saying, there they go on.
What we need is a thorough...
The GMC go to these lengths. This is not a personal vendetta against you. Presumably this is a council trying to get the job right. And as a result, if you're struck off then, if the appeal doesn't go your way.
It's very concerning because, as we've already...
It seems that those on, if you like, the shaken baby side won't talk either. I mean, this sounds an extraordinarily dangerous position to be in now, where we don't know how to get to the truth of this because both sides are either being silenced or choosing. You know how we like to send you off to bed with a song in your heart? Well, how about this? A solar flare will one day turn the internet haywire, leading to the end of civilization as we know it. That cheery prospect raised in a new documentary, lo and behold, by the acclaimed and idiosyncratic filmmaker Werner Herzog. He'll be talking about it as part of a UK-wide screening of the film tomorrow night at the BFI London Film Festival. Here's our own inscrutable cineast, Stephen. That's almost it for tonight, but don't go away. No Such Thing as the News is on next on BBC Two, and we leave you with a postscript to the current craze for dressing up as creepy clowns to scare people. In Whitehaven, Cumbria, the local fancy dress store has deployed someone dressed as Batman so the local children can sleep peacefully and clown-free again. But, based on our brief research, we think it might not end that well. Good night.